video I'll be showing you how to cut basic bodice pattern. And first, to determine, having taken the measurements, to determine the size of the fabric or the paper you use to cut the basic bodice pattern, it's determined by the highest size of measurement. For this, the highest is the bust. So that's why I came out with this size of paper, and with the fabric, depending on if it's a gown, depending on what you want to cut. If it's the hips that is the highest or the bust, it should be used to determine the size of fabric or shape or the number of yards to cut out. So to start with, the measurements that we needed for this basic bodice pattern: the shoulder measurements, the bust round, your under bust, half length, shoulder to bust, shoulder to under bust, and shoulder to half length. To start with, the first thing I'm going to do here is to measure out the shoulder. For this particular, I'll be using 3.5 for the shoulder measurements, and this will be 3.5. Now for the shoulder, you come down by 1 inch like this, and so I'll come here for the neck. Depending on what you want, the size, how tight or how wide you want to be. This is not going to be so wide, and so I'll be using 3 for the breadth of the neck, and for the depth of the neck, and for the depth I'll be using 4. Yours could be longer, depending, or shorter, depending on what exactly you want to do. So I'll come here and connect this like this, and I'll also come here. For this particular bodice, I'm going to be drawing a square neck, and then I'll come here and do like this and connect it this way. So we continue. Now from the shoulder to, I'm going to start like this, from the shoulder to the bust line. From the shoulder to the bust line, that's 9 inches. Yeah. From the shoulder to under bust, that's 13 inches. It's going to be here. From the shoulder to the half length, that's 14 and a half, depending on the length of what you want. So for this one, for the length here, we're going to be using 23 for the length. So the length, shoulder to the length, is going to be here. And so I'll also come and I'll measure the ankle. The ankle is 8. So I'm going to just connect them together like this. So first, I'm just going to shoulder with the hammer like this. And I'm bringing out my cuff and create the curve for the hammer. Then I come here. Now this is the roll out. This is the bust. This is the under bust. And this is half length. So for this is the bust, the under bust, and half length. So for the bust, the measurements, I've divided the measurements by 4 because the paper is on fold, and this I left just half inch for zip allowance. You can leave 1 inch depending on how you want it to be. So for the bust, the bust measurement, I'm going to measure it like this. For the bust, I divided it by 4, and the bust measurement here again 9.5, and so I'm going to mark it like this. Then for the under busts, the under bust measurement is 8. For the half length too, the measurement is 8. I've divided it. The normal measurement, I didn't mention my allowance on extra 6 inches. I divided it by 4. So I'm going to join it together like this. Use this pattern even if you want to sew a gown, you follow this pattern, just that you include the hips, you include the shoulder to the hips, you cut out, measure it like this. But basically, if for any top you can use this pattern. If you want to cut a fake top, depending, you can stop at the half length here, then cut your free and half attached to it. Depending on, you can use it to make different kind of blouses and even gowns. So the way it is like this, I'm going to, before I cut out, I'm also going to, for the back, some people can decide that the size of the front neck is going to be the same with it's going to be the same with the back. So, and some can decide that they want the back to be a bit higher, or even want the back to be either round or V, depending on the kind of shape you want it to be. So for this, I'm going to just make it the same and cut it together. So that's it. I'm going to cut it out now. Fabric you want to use to cut it out.